Trophy Wife is an okay film. This was released in 2024. It's written and directed by Eric Garson, and we have a cast including Michael Hoad and Paola Ceseracciu, and I apologise if I've mispronounced any of those names. And it's about a woman who has amnesia. We learn this very quickly as her husband explains to her at the beginning of the film. They'd had this exact same conversation for the last 4 days, and slowly we begin to learn what happened to her. Or at least so we think, because as the film develops, it seems like maybe not everything is as we were first led to believe. Is there something deeper going on? Has her husband done something that he shouldn't have done? I'm not going to say. I won't go into any information beyond that, but I think in general the story is quite interesting. We have Eva and Frank as very interesting characters. I think they're very well written characters. I think the mystery aspect is very strong. I'd say from the very beginning, I was keen to find out what the truth was. I was keen to find out what would happen if the truth was found out, and if any of the characters would be safe, if they'd be in even more danger once they knew the truth. So I had a lot of questions, and obviously slowly we get those answers. The camera work is very good. We have some really brilliant editing. Visually, it's quite a fun film to watch. But I will say, as the narrative progressed and as we learned more, I did maybe lose a little bit of interest. Never to the point of being bored, and certainly never to the point of me feeling like it wasn't a well-written story. But I'd say as it went on, it became a little less interesting. And with this kind of film, with thrillers, they are meant to get a little bit more interesting as we learn more, and it gets more suspenseful and dramatic, and the stakes are higher and things get more dangerous. But I just found that it wasn't quite as fascinating the more we learned. But I was still ultimately engaged enough to enjoy the narrative for the most part. So in general, I thought Trophy Wife was a decent film with a great mystery, some very well written characters, brilliant camera work and editing. It's quite an easy watch. All of that being said, I do think it's something where you do need to pay quite a bit attention. So it's probably not good if you're just looking for something to put on in the background while you're doing other things. I do think it's one where it's probably best to sit down and become fully immersed in it. And for the most part, that's very easy to do. It's easy to watch, it's easy to follow, it's easy to feel an emotional connection with some of the characters. But there are times when it gets a little suspenseful, but never too dramatic. I'd say it's more peculiar than suspenseful. So it's a very well-written story for the most part, but it's maybe not the most intense experience. So if you want something that's quite intricate, but not too heavy, it could work very well for that. And ultimately, I came away from Trophy Wife feeling pretty satisfied with the experience. And if it sounds like the kind of film that you're in the mood for, then I'm quite happy to recommend it.